Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once more to the Shenandoah Esports broadcast. It is a wonderful Wednesday night here in Winchester, Virginia, and we have our second match of the evening. We just saw some tech in action a little bit earlier with Kenza. Now it's time to shift gears a bit over to Rocket League as we're going to watch the squad Mango, Kiaze, and Pagani take on University of North Carolina, Asheville. My name is Chase Newcomb, and this broadcast shall know pain as I am joined with Brennan Moss.
Hello, everybody, and you may be thinking, hey, where's our normal Rocket League duo? Well, you're stuck with us tonight. This is my first time casting Rocket League.
Exciting.
At all. I'm excited.
My first time in a minute. I was talking a little bit behind the scenes. I started my casting career in Rocket League and Overwatch, but I haven't really revisited it in a while. But, I mean, Rocket League, unlike a lot of other esports, there's not a whole lot that changes about the mechanics of the game. There's new mechanics that you might find out, but the overall mechanics pretty much remain constant.
Yeah, it remains pretty constant, just like normal soccer.
Let's take it over to the divisions, though. Speaking of normal soccer, let's take it over to, similar to, the divisions of what we have going on tonight. Like I said, we are up against the University of North Carolina, Asheville. They are 0-5 going into the season. We're hoping to make it 0-6 after tonight. Shenandoah University, your SU squad, sits at a pretty 2-3. So this could even out their season for them if they win this match tonight. And while it does look like 2-3, that's a little tough. If you look at the game differential, as we switch over to the head-to-head, you'll see that the games won versus the games lost for Shenandoah, they're right on the mark, 15 versus 16. If they win in 3-0 fashion tonight, that'll put them over the 50% marker for the season.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for Shenandoah. Now, there have been a few close series, especially on the NECC side of things. We are in NACE, but tonight we are playing NECC. Mm-hmm. There's been a few heartbreakers, a couple game 6s, a couple game 7s. Mm-hmm. Where maybe we were going back and forth at first, and then we just we lost the last game, or we were mounting a comeback, and then we just fell short at the end. This is a huge opportunity, like you mentioned before, and as the viewers will see on their screens right now, we are 2-3, playing into a team that's 0-5, looking for its first win so far this season.
Speaking of the team, as you can see right here, UNC Asheville consists of Sunday Driver, Grizz, and Kuzo. Tonight, we will see our main roster squad go up against them, Kiaze, Mango, and Pagani. You brought up an interesting point a minute ago as well, Moss, and that is that NECC is a best-of-7 Rocket League series, so we will not be seeing a best-of-5 tonight. It could go the distance to Game 7, and we'll see if our players have the mileage to take them there.
Yeah, and I've almost seen a few times, like, I have some stats pulled up here on my laptop, my trusty old laptop. We've played multiple game 6s. We've lost 2 or so. I think we might have lost 3. We've won 1. We've also lost 1 game 7. Might be different than that now. I don't know if this is completely updated. We've also won a game 7. So stamina is a big part of, it's a big question that needs to be answered tonight. But also, we are playing into an 0-5 team.
Yes.
I think that if we catch momentum early, we should be okay. Yeah, for the series.
There will be very simple things that we need to see the squad overcome, and my fellow Akatsuki member, Kiaze, throwing on the anti-Leaf Village. Oh, no, that's actually not Leaf. That's Village Hidden in the Cloud headband he has going on. I love that. Okay. We're both just a couple of Akatsuki members out here making our way through the world. But like you mentioned, a couple of things that they'll have to focus on tonight. 1, they got to win those kickoffs. 2, they can't just be clearing the ball, throwing the ball willy-nilly. They've got to be efficient with their passes and get it in. And 3, most importantly, don't get tilted. We've seen this roster a couple of times get down and bad, and they count themselves out, when in reality, all they had to do was sharpen their edges, get it a little bit more, tune some things up, and they could have come out in the series on top. But unfortunately, we've seen sort of that mental plague come in and out this season. We'll see if they have the mental resilience to overcome anything that comes their way tonight.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed sitting in the back for production, I haven't been casting, but I have been directing and working with production for Rocket League this season. One thing you notice watching the games is momentum spirals against them very quickly. 1 goal quickly becomes 4 goals, and now they're down in a hole when maybe the first 3 minutes of the match, they were keeping close on some really good teams, it quickly spirals out of control, and they lose a game that they might have should have won, and it gets away from them really quickly. However, we have seen some bounce back moments. There was a series, I can't remember who it was against, but they went down 0-3 and they brought it to Game 7. They lost there, but they brought it back. If they can get to that mental state of, okay, let's shrug off. We lost 2 straight games. It might have looked bad. Let's shrug it off, keep it going. That's kind of the goal that we need to get. We need to reach that goal in order if we want to stay
relevant in the series.
Yeah,
I completely agree. I think that mental as the game is played is actually incredibly variable when there's a larger skew of skill difference. What I mean by that, Moss, is because they're going up against an 0-5 team, there's got to be some ego in there. There's got to be some, like, oh, okay, we're going to crush these guys. Now, what happens if they lose game 1? That's a huge ego check. Now they have to get their mental in order going into the rest of the series, or they could drop their first game. That's what's interesting to me about the broadcast tonight. We had Tekken earlier. Tekken, very much a similar sort of game where you get caught up sort of in the ranking. You get caught up in, I have this much points versus their points. I'm this rank. I'm going to be way, way better. Then you get into the match. They start pulling out the tricks. You don't have an answer for it, and suddenly you're behind. It's in those moments you got to have a seal-tight mental in order to win those games, overcome it, and not get in your own head.
Yeah, and unlike Tekken, while Rocket League is a very fast-paced game, it is over a longer period of time.
Yep.
5 minutes per match, barring any overtime. As opposed to Tekken that we were just watching, which is very quick. Like 5 minutes could mean 2 sets and you're done and you're down in the hole 2-0.
It's so weird to say that Rocket League is a fast game because it's usually in comparison 5-minute games and compared to like Valorant or League of Legends where the matches can go upwards of an hour. Kind of an interesting anecdote there, I guess.
Yeah. And like one thing to mention, did want to bring this up. Our Rocket League team did sit down with an ex-pro player. I believe his name was Arsenal.
Yep.
And they talked about a few things that each player needs to work on as, they sit down and prepare for this match against Asheville. Terry, one thing they mentioned for Terry, let's highlight Terry here for a second.
Yeah.
He needs to work on his hesitation, his confidence a little bit. Normally, sitting a little bit too far back makes those crucial decisions a second or too late, messes with the timings of the team, and that can help towards the spiral that sometimes occurs against our SU team. And when we go to a player like Griff, very aggressive player, they were talking and they were thinking that, need to work on pacing a little bit, pull it back a little bit, maybe playing sometimes too fast. Kind of feels like he might think that he needs to do a lot more than he actually has to. And when it comes to a player like Wyatt, communication is key. He needs to work on his communication, and that energy we're talking about with the entire team of they get down on themselves when they get into a 0-1, 0-2 hole. Keep that up the entire way through. Get hype at the start. If they score a goal, don't lower that energy and be like, oh man, we just gave up a easy score. Oh man, we should have won, game 1. Keep that up the entire way through. You lose match 1. Don't worry, guys. Let's go. Let's keep it going. We have a chance. This is easy. We got this. Stay confident in yourself that you can still win the match.
Yeah, we call players like that a swing player, a player that can play at the highest of highs, but once they get into the lowest of lows, it's incredibly more difficult to maintain that momentum. You brought up a great point. They're training with an ex-professional RLCS player. The ranks of our players are actually in the top sort of percentage of what you would see Rocket League players, going all the way from the bottom all the way to the top being SSL, that is top rank. All 3 of our players sit in that grand champion level, so they call them GC3, 2, then 1. I believe Griffin is a GC3 player. Wyatt and Pagani, I should just call their names, but Wyatt and Terry are both at GC2 level. So when you get up to that level, it's very hard to find reputable coaches that will work with you to get you to that level. I am stoked that Arsenal was willing to work with them going into this season, and I'm eager to see what they've learned and how they apply it into their gameplay.
Yeah, and match like this, you feel like you maybe have a little bit more of opportunity to try new things and work on stuff that really needs to get worked on as we head towards the last few games of the season. This is crunch time. These games really matter, especially when you're sitting at the record of 2-3. huge opportunities, and you can't let opportunities like this pass up.
No, you certainly can't, especially when you're on the chopping block when it comes to that playoff piece. Because in Rocket League, I believe they're taking the top 4 teams, and we're sitting right in that area. So these next couple of games are going to be crucial for the team to make playoffs and a run subsequently.
Yeah, and so you're loading into the game. You think, okay, clean slate, 0-5 team, 2-3. This is the time to lock in. Like we were mentioning earlier, you lose that first match. Where is your head at?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the player, and you brought up Wyatt earlier. I think if Wyatt Kiazi is playing, and even not playing well, but has a positive energy about themselves, every team needs sort of players that are going to play those different pieces and roles. Wyatt is your mascot of the team. That's the one that is, outgoing. We ran an event for our class. I mentioned the Mario Kart event earlier. Wyatt was literally running out of residence halls, asking people on the street to just come play Mario Kart. It was just unapologetically him. So the moment that you start to see someone that is usually in that high energy, high spirits start to get down, it affects everyone's energy. If you've ever had that friend that comes over to your house and they're usually kicking open the front door, jumping in, getting hype. What's up, everyone? How we doing? Excited. And they come in one day and they kind of saunter through the door, head down, not really looking at anyone on their phone. You know the vibes have changed, right? And you don't want to show your hand when it comes to Rocket League after that game 1, if you do have a loss, going into the series. So that's Wyatt. We take a look over at Griffin. I think Griffin, being the team captain here, just really has to rally everyone around whatever he is seeing in game. They are very good at listening to him and following up accordingly whenever he's talking. It used to be, and I want to say abrasive for lack of better terms, but the communication style, as this roster's been together for a long time, has started to click. So if we see both Wyatt and Terry listen to Griffin and really lock in that communication, we're going to see things flow well tonight, regardless if they win or lose game 1. Now we flip over to Terry, right? I think Terry as well gets in his own head just as much as Wyatt does, and if they're able to keep the flow, play exceptionally well, listen to Griffin, and not hesitate, because even as I was watching him warm up, I was seeing some hesitation come out, and Griffin called him out on it. He's like, you know what? Be confident. Jump in there. And he was like, you know what? I got this. He shook it off. I'm excited for that sort of energy going into tonight, because if they can overcome that against this team, like you said, Brennan, this is going to be an exceptional setup to start utilizing this as an opportunity to work on some things that they've maybe seen slip throughout the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity here tonight for our team.
And it looks like the opportunity is knocking at the door, because we're getting ready to go into game for game 1 of this series. Super excited to see what's ahead as we face off against the University of North Carolina, Asheville.
Yeah, but before we do that, it looks like we do have an ad break coming up. Don't go anywhere. After these ads, we should have game 1 up and ready to go for you guys.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the esports arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry, so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth, where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the esports arena is the esports war room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through that short intermission. Once again, I'm Chase Newcomb, joined by Brennan Moss and my fellow Akatsuki member here, Wyatt. Wyatt, how you feeling after the big win tonight? Because since the team didn't show up, it's been about 25, 30 minutes. That's going to be a big ol' FF, sending them to the 0-6 territory. What kind of genjutsu did you put on them to make this happen?
Actually, I didn't do anything.
Is it just aura?
Yeah, it was
It's just aura. Like aura, yeah.
They saw who they were playing tonight, and they backed down.
Substitution jutsu, got out of there.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke bomb. Ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was there was some forbidden stuff going on. I
some
feel
forbidden
like
jutsu, perhaps. But we don't speak about that
ever.
Yeah,
ever.
never.
Yeah.
We're talking about that.
So my question for you tonight was, what were you excited about going in tonight? And if now it's done, what are you excited about going into next week?
Well, over this past week, we actually had a training session with Arsenal.
How'd that go?
It went great. He really gave us some insight on what we can fix in our gameplay. And honestly, we were really excited to play a match this week because we got this brand new game plan and we were trying to see how it would work out, and unfortunately they forfeit some.
Be like that.
But going into next week, we're still gonna have that same game
Okay,
plan.
cool.
Yeah.
It's like, going into next week, we're switching it up.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Final question. Chase, you stole my question, so I'm just going to ask a fun one here. Who's your favorite character in Naruto?
My boy Pain. You know, we gotta keep us gingers gotta stick together.
Okay, I see.
Even though I'm wearing a hit and miss headband, I do like the hidden rain.
Nagato technically is not a redhead. He used his dead friend's corpse and controlled through that. But, I digress. If you're not watching Naruto, I don't know what you're doing. Happy Halloween. You should be watching Naruto. It's the greatest anime out there.
From Naruto, have a happy Halloween.
Yeah, you should. Happy Halloween indeed. Halloween coming up this week. If you haven't, get your candy together, start passing it out, go to your local trunk or treat, support your local community. But with that, that's all we have on broadcast tonight. My name's Chase Newcomb. I was joined this evening by Brennan Moss, and then most recently, my fellow Akatsuki member, Wyatt. We will see you again next week for more Shenandoah esports action. If you haven't, click that follow button, click that like button. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.